Okay, so today we're going to talk about slope-intercept form. This is the most popular form of a linear equation. This is the one you see the most often. It's a pretty important thing in algebra. Okay, so we are going to learn how to write an equation in slope-intercept form when we are given a graph. All right, first, let's get ourselves started here today by taking a look at this graph. Which one of these graphs doesn't belong? And convince me. You could say, I think the graph in corner whatever blank doesn't belong because. We'll pause here while you take a look. Okay, so how do I write a linear equation when I'm given a graph? Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, the most common way to write a linear equation is something called slope-intercept form right here. And slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And so what you will do here is this m probably looks familiar to you. M stands for slope. Okay, that's where this part comes from. So that's why the name slope-intercept form starts with slope. So then this other thing right here, this b value, this is our y-intercept. Okay, and that's abbreviated INT, y-intercept. So that is where they say intercept. So it's a slope-intercept, it's the y-intercept. Okay, and we'll go over what that is. But what you will do is then replace, once you know what the slope and the y-intercept are, you would replace those numbers. And you would end up with, or values, with maybe something like y equals 2/3 x plus 5 or something. So what you'll do is replace the m and the b with the values that they are, the numerical values. So 2/3 and 5 would be the numbers in this case. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to use the graph to figure out what our slope and our y-intercept are. Okay? All right, let's take a look. So again, what is the slope? Let's take a look at this line right here. So slope you are familiar with. We know how to find that. So again, a reminder, slope is m. And this is rise over run. Again, so let's say, I don't know, here we're going to start at this point right here. We're going to go to this point right here. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to start at this one right here. I've got to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now because I went down, that's negative. So this will be -8 right there. And then I went 2 units to the right to get there, so that's positive. And then I would use my graphing calculator to reduce this, just like we always did before. And if you do that, you'll get -4. Okay, so that would be the slope of this line, m equals -4. Okay, so there we go. So now we've done that. That's our slope. Now our y-intercept, so let's use a different color here. We'll go with a bright color so you can see this. Now the y-axis, you'll notice, is right here. Okay, what we are trying to say is, where does this line cross that y-axis? You'll notice here's our line, right? So I want to say, where does this orange line cross the pink line? Okay, and you'll notice that it is right here. Okay, so what is this point? So now notice here we're counting. Here's start at this spot right here, right in the middle. It's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's because it's down again. This is the spot, and this is the point -5 on the y-axis. So our y-intercept, remember that's represented with a b, is -5. Okay, and that's how we got -5. Now, if you have those two pieces of information, okay, the slope, m, and the y-intercept, b, you can write an equation. And the equation would look like this. Remember, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we just said m is -4, so we'd replace that with -4. X, the y and the x will always be there, okay? And then b is -5, so you could write plus -5 or just -5, okay? So then this right here is the equation for this line right here, okay? And you've just written in a linear equation right there. Okay, so hopefully now you understand how to find the y-intercept and then put it together to write an equation in slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. Okay, let's try a couple. Okay, so here it says write an equation for the line in slope-intercept form. So the first thing you should be thinking when you see slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Now we just said in order to figure out what those are, you need m, the slope, and b, the y-intercept. So we're going to do that. Let's find m of this line. Okay, so I got this point to that point. So it looks like I gotta go up 1, 2, 3. It's positive. And then over 1, that's also positive. So now I'm gonna use my calculator. Okay, and we're gonna go 3 divided by 1, math, change to a fraction, we get 3. Okay, so this means my slope is 3. Okay, b, so b is the y-intercept, so it's where it crosses the y-axis. You'll notice the graph crosses the y-axis right there. So what number is that? That's down, right, think about starting from the middle there. That's down 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So that is -4. Okay, now I need to write an equation. Remember, when I write an equation, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so my equation here then would be y equals 3x minus 4. Or plus a -4, we usually simplify that and just write 3x minus 4. Okay, and that's my equation for that line right there. That's it. Okay, let's take a look at one more. All right, so once again, m. All right, I'd like to start it. I'm going to start here and go to here. So this is down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I got to go, so that's down 6, so -6, 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right. Because it's to the right, positive. Okay, I'm going to type that into my calculator. -6 divided by 4, math, -3 over 2. Okay, so m equals -3 over 2. And you can put that negative in the front, which is probably what I'll do down here. All right, so now, where does this line cross the y-axis? It looks like it crosses right here. So that's starting from the middle of the graph. That's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. Okay, so b equals +7 this time. All right, so now let's write our equation. We've got m and b. Y equals m, don't forget your x, plus b. Okay, so y equals mx plus b, and there we have it. Y equals -3 halves x plus 7, and that's our equation for that line. And now you know how to write an equation for a line in slope-intercept form. All right, awesome. Okay, so your assignment today is the slope-intercept form worksheet. Don't forget to write this slope-intercept form worksheet into your planner for today. So just go ahead and do that. Again, slope-intercept form worksheet. Good luck. See ya.